Welcome to Two Guys in a Podcast. I'm Tom Waite.
And I'm Mike Cardinale.
Today we're going to do something fun. We're going to tour Mike's new camper.
I'm going to show you some of the things I really like and some of the things I don't like so much. So stand by, we're going to get after it.
Shut up and sit down.
Alright folks, here we are. This is the start of this, I guess you could call it a product review for the Rockwood Roo 233S 2018. It's pretty sharp. Don't mind the green Jeep there. It's just my fun toy. So we're just gonna kind of start here at the front. So this particular 233S is a hybrid camper. So it's got these pop outs and there's 3 of them. So kind of show you as we walk around. So at the front of the trailer here, I got this option. This is an option, but I got the power jack because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to crank it. So I got the power jack with a nice little LED light there, and works great. Drains the battery pretty quick, but it works really well. Then I got the two 20-pound propane tanks, so runs pretty much everything in the trailer, including the refrigerator. So yeah, I like that feature too, and it's got the cover. And it's probably hard to see because this is up, but it's got a little compartment here where it has a gauge where you could flip to go to whatever tank you want. So it's pretty cool. As we rock around the trailer, I say rock because it's a Rockwood. You have, this is the, I guess it would be the right side or passenger side of the trailer if you're looking at it. You got your water heater. So it's, I think it regenerates 16 gallons of hot water every hour. So hopefully you're not using more than that because your tank's only about 40 gallons. So you got your solar connection right here. So it's already pre-wired for solar, which is a pretty cool feature. Checking prices on solar panels, it could be anywhere from $250 to $800, $1,000 for solar panels. So just depends if that's what you want to do. So as you roll around the camper here, you got these really cool windows. So these are a new style of window, and if you notice, for you campers out there, it doesn't have the insulated rim around the trailer. So what happens is that black just kind of streaks down the trailer. So these windows are like automobile style, so the seal's on the inside. Keeps it from leaking. Probably what I was told by the dealership is I'll never have to replace them, which is cool. And so then you have storage compartments. This is the only one not accessible from outside, so I keep the barbecue thing or whatever grill there. I got a little table there, and matter of fact, I'll just take this out and show you real quick as we rock around the trailer. It's got a really cool feature too, and if you're gonna go buy a camper, you want to check this out. This one has a different type of gear for the pop for the slide out. So depending on the gear, it makes it more difficult if for some reason you lose power. This particular one has an easy crank, so if you lose power, all you got to do is put it in there, slide it out. Others, you have to disconnect the motor, disconnect the stuff, and this one you don't have to do it. So it's got the double steps for the door. I call this the handicap handle. I don't really use it that much. People say they like it. I don't really see a need for it, but whatever. Then you got your hood vent for your oven, stove, or whatever. It's got the vent. It's got a parking light, so I'll show you that real quick. It's just got a porch light, so when you want to hang out at night, you can click the porch lights on, and if you look up here, you got LED lights. Boom. It's pretty awesome. You turn them on at night, and it gives you a nice light, kind of soft light. It's not a real bright light, so it's kind of cool. All right, so then you just got your discharge for your furnace, because it's got heat and air conditioning, this particular model. It does have the upgraded 15,000 BTU air conditioning, because I want to get the best of the best. Got marine grade outside speakers, so you can either have them on inside, on outside, or both. So that's kind of cool. Moving over, so this comes with the Rockwood. Actually, it's not an option. It actually comes with it. So it's got a nice little table. So if you're barbecuing, you got your grill that will set up here, which I have. This thing's so new, I haven't even had the grill out. It's still in the bag. So the grill would sit right next to it here, And then you got your propane hookup, nice and high. It keeps the dirt from getting in there and all that kind of fun stuff, so it's pretty convenient. All right, moving on, you got your TV mount. So you know, for you folks that like to watch the big game, but you're camping, you can just drop the TV out here. It's got the antenna hookup, so it gets a pretty good station. It's a high definition antenna. You got your power here, and you can just have movie night or have the big game out here. It's pretty cool. All right, then you got your black water tank flush. So a lot of times, for you campers out there, you know that your black tanks get a little mucky sometimes, and they need to be flushed out because your sensors will give you false readings on the tank. So this makes it pretty convenient. You just hook up a hose, turn it on, flush the tanks. Life is good. All right, and then you got the awning. I don't know if you can get a good shot of the awning or not, but it's pretty cool because the awning covers the entire camper. Did you get that? It's pretty good because, you know, it covers the entire camper. One really cool feature on this thing is if it's raining and you need to pitch it so you can get the water off it, you notice it will go up here, or you can pull it all the way down to that point right there, and if you look, you can see that's a pretty good angle. Water's going to definitely come cruising off of that. So, or if you do it with the other side, you can drop this awning down a lot lower if you want. So it's pretty cool. I like the feature a lot. And it's really not that hard to do. It's pretty convenient. All right, so rolling around the trailer, you can see it's got stabilizer jacks. So the stabilizer jacks just keep it from bouncing around when you're inside. They kind of work. You can still feel it's a trailer. It's going to bounce around. So here's your other pop out. These are all 60-inch queen size pop outs. So really easy to put in and out. So you basically, there's a bar inside. You drop the bar down, push it up, clamp it down. Takes 30 seconds. So, and then you have another storage compartment here. This one actually gives you access to right inside the trailer. So if you're going to keep like a drill or anything that you're going to use outside, something for the stabilizer jacks, you can put it in there. It makes it convenient. All right, as you can see, we are hooked up to the on-site sewer. So a couple of quick things about this is I bought an upgraded hose. The hose that comes with the trailers are junk. So actually I haven't even used the hose. I think it's somewhere in one of the storage compartments of the trailer. I bought this, I think it's a Rhino hose, 15 footer for about 35 bucks. And it comes with the clear end. So the clear end's important so you kind of know that the tank is flushed out, right? So real quick, I'll show you a step to this because I've heard this is the way you got to do it. So when you're flushing your tanks, you're down here getting the tanks flushed. This is your black water. So you flush the black water first. Open this valve, starts coming out. You'll hear it, and then once you don't hear it anymore, you open your. It's hard to see, but you got a gray water valve over here. You open that, and then it cleans the rest out, so you don't have any crap in your hose. This one has an outside shower with hot and cold water, so that's pretty cool. And then here's your third pop-out bed. So you'll see when you get inside, it really makes the trailer explode when you get it all set up. I don't know if I pointed out, but it's got dual axles, so it has a torsion system. So it's almost like independent suspension. So it makes pulling this thing. It's about 4,700 pounds, dry, which means the camper's empty. Piece of cake. I tow it with an older Lincoln Navigator. But the Jeep doesn't pull it, unfortunately. Talk to Jeep and get them to be able to pull more. Alright, so as you roll around the outside of the camper, this is access to your refrigerator freezer system. The compressor and everything's in here. If you had a cable or satellite hookup here at a campsite, or an RV site if you want to call it that, you got both here, cable and or satellite. And you can get satellite dishes put on top of these things. Pretty crazy. And then 30 amp service. This one has a cool little feature. Rockwood has a lot of cool little features that the other Jaycos and other brands I looked at don't have. This one has a little blue light that indicates you got power, so that's pretty cool. And then if you're gonna go do boondocking, you can fill your water tanks right here. So I think it has a 40-gallon water tank. If not, you can hook it up to city water. So that's what this hose is. And you got to make sure you get the white potable water hose and don't use a green like garden hose, because it tastes funny. This is the slide out. It's just got more storage to keep whatever. This side's carpeted. There's my Rhino Flex hose and some other stuff that I just basically keep in here. Then you have your most campsites have a 30 amp or 50 amp service. This one has 30 or 50. This one actually has 2 different plugs and 2 different breakers. Sometimes you'll get one 50 amp service, and if you do, you got to get a connector. And then I recommend getting a surge protector. You don't have to go as big as I did. This thing's pretty huge. You can see I have pretty big hands, but it's a pretty big monitoring system. But the nice thing about this particular one, it's the surge guard, is it will analyze all the time. If you lose power or you have a brownout or whatever, it'll shut down, and then once the power's restored, it'll restart everything. So that's kind of a cool feature. And then last thing on the outside of the trailer is you have a city water connection, they call it. And what you want to make sure that you do if you're a brand new camper like myself is get a pressure regulator, because you don't want to put 100 pounds of water pressure, which some campsites I guess have some pretty serious pressure. You want to make sure that you're regulating your pressure so you don't blow your pipes out inside. And then this one also has the winterizing feature. So there's a couple of connections you have to do in the water heater. There's a bypass, so you flip the 2 fill valves, open the bypass, and then you fill it with antifreeze. That way you're not filling 6-gallon antifreeze in your water heater. So that's kind of a good feature. And you get a shot of this. This is all the information about the trailer, so it gives you the VIN number and all that fun stuff. It tells you the weights, gives you the tire pressures and all that kind of fun stuff. The other thing I really liked about the Rockwood is if you pan out on the slide out, it actually has 3 windows. So on the other trailers that I looked at, you had the one window on the outside, but you didn't have these cool side windows. So I really like the side windows. It gives you more natural light. And these are tinted windows, so if you can't see inside the trailer, but I can see perfectly clear on the outside. It's pretty cool. And that's pretty much the outside of the trailer. And real quick, so if you pan up on top, these max air flow vents, because I don't want to stand on top of the trailer, the guy was telling me you can keep those 3 or 4 inches in the wintertime. No snow's going to get in there. We had a torrential downpour on Saturday. Not a lick of water came in this trailer. So it's pretty cool the way they've designed. And it's the max airflow vents. And then the other big old thing up there, that's the 15,000 BTU air conditioner.
All right, let's head in.
Woo, here I am. All right, coming into the trailer. Got to wipe your feet, man. We got this upgraded floor, but you don't want to scratch it all up. So you got to make sure you wipe your feet when you come in the trailer. Usually I make people take their shoes off, because it's kind of fancy. Really cool about the door is it is a tension door, so it is rated up for I think it's 25-mile-an-hour winds. So if you notice, most trailer doors will just kind of swing crazy open and close. This particular one, I've tested it in high winds. I leave it like that, and wind will blow and it will not shut that door. It's pretty cool. I happened to get this. I upgraded. I actually put this bar on myself, because a lot of people, they'll grab this, and this is a kind of flimsy little plastic handle thing. But I think this was 12 or 15 bucks, but it's going to save me having to replace the screen door, so it's pretty cool. All right, where to start? All right, let's start right here. So, cool option on the Rockwood that I didn't see on other trailers is this nice control panel. So if you had heated tanks, which is the only option I didn't get on this trailer, if you get heated tanks, you'd have your heater switch here. It's got gas or water heater, so I can use gas or electricity to heat water. It's got the water pump, which most all of them do. Cool indicator lights, so this is battery, this is fresh water, black water, and gray water. So it looks like gray water fills up. Gray water fills up pretty quick. Not really sure why, but or the indicator lights aren't working correctly. But then you got your slide out motor, so really easy electric slide out. So you don't have to crank this bad boy; it just slides right out. And then you have your awning to retract it. Really cool feature with most trailers today, the newer ones, is all LED lights. So from what I understand, the incandescents just make the trailer hot when it's, when it's hot outside. It's even hotter in the trailer if you don't have good air conditioning. So you got the trailer lights here. This is the porch light, and then the awning light. So really good control panel. Then moving over here, you have a microwave, which pretty decent size. Haven't used it yet because you can tell the clock's not even programmed. One thing I didn't realize trailers have is a hood fan for a stove. So this one has a nice little light, and it's got a fan. So this has a 3-burner cooktop. One of the really cool features of the Rockwood too that I did not see in other trailers is it's got this cool little it's a glass countertop, and it flips up to be your backsplash. So you got a 9,000 BTU front burner, so that's the one that's if you're gonna boil water or something like that, you're gonna want to use that one. And then the trailer's so new I haven't even put the license plate on yet. How about that? And then the back 2 burners are 600 BTU, and I have not even fired this up yet. Hopefully it works, but I haven't used it. And then for you campers or RVers that like to bake, you got the oversized, I think they call it a 21-inch, I think it's 21, might be 17, 21-inch oven. So, this is not the cook area, this is the cook area, but from what I understand, they work really well. And so a couple other things that's really cool about the Rockwood is there's tons of storage in this trailer. So here's your over cabinet storage in your cooking area. So you can see these are deep storage areas. Not small. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. Then you got your window here. These have dual windows, so you can just twist to open them. And I haven't opened these, so just basically you could feel it was stuck because it hadn't been opened, but you can just twist to open them right there. And when it rains, no water gets in this thing on these windows or that window. It's pretty cool. Then moving over, so you got your nice sink. I have some stuff in the sink, but it's got a dual tub sink, and this is rated for 500 degrees. So if you're pouring some hot stuff down the sink, you'll be good to go. And this also counters as a cutting board, so it's pretty cool. And then again, more storage. This is a pretty cool little thing. They actually put in a little scrubby thing for the sink like you'd have at your house, so that's kind of cool. Make sure you get some lighters for fires and all that fun stuff, or to light your pilot. Alright, you got your silverware drawer here, you got more storage here, you got more storage here, and hey, you can't beat this. You get this Forest River spatula. It's worth 20 grand right there just for that. Alright, so then you got your pantry, and so it's 4 shelves. I recommend that if you get a trailer like this, you get these cool little lights. Now I don't know if you can pan in here or not. We'll switch sides. So if you reach in, boom, light comes on. So I bought these. I bought these on Amazon. They're 4 AAA batteries and they're motion sensors. So that one's gonna go off here as soon as you close the door. But yeah, you reach in, you can see it's pretty dark in there. But then when you put those lights up, man, it works great. Really, really good feature there. And then again, you got more storage down here. And that's pretty much the kitchen. So a lot of room, definitely roomy. So as we kind of just roll back, I'm going to roll right into the bathroom. Nice to have a separate door for the restroom. You can see though it's got a gap here and a gap on the bottom, and there's a reason for that, and I'll show you that in a minute. So when you open it up, again, I bought this You know, one of the things I'm noticing with RVing is storage is really, really important. So I think for about 12 or 14 bucks, I bought this on Amazon. So, and if I can figure it out, I'll send Tom the links. He can put the links to the stuff that I have in here in the in our description. All right, so here's the bathroom, and again, pretty cool. Separate light for the bathroom, lights it up pretty good. You got your medicine cabinet, you got your LED lights, you got your towel rack. These were installed already. The towel rack, the toothbrush rack, and the soap rack. Hot and cold water. You got a full sink. It's not a small camper sink. It's a full sink like you'd have in your house. Again, more storage down here. So, you know, I got a bag of stuff in there, but you got more storage. For you ladies, if you need a hair dryer, blow dryer, curling iron, you got a plug right there for it. Or if you need to charge your cell phone because it's dead. And that's the other quick thing I want to point out. This thing has outlets everywhere, and I'm going to show them to you here in a second. Alright, so then you got this glass, not plastic. This is glass shower. And what's really cool about this shower is it will fit a grown man. Well, I'm not really a grown man, but it'll fit a pretty good sized person in here, right? Shut, you take a shower, you are golden. It's got little magnets here that keep it shut. And then for traveling, when you're traveling, you just lock it in and you're good. I'd hate to come back in the trailer and have these broke. Now, and this is another feature that the Rockwood has that most trailers that I looked at did not have. And that is a freaking full storage area for whatever you need for your restroom. And then I think my girlfriend went and got these things. I don't know if she got them on Amazon, and she did. I'll link them in the description. But good towel storage and all that fun stuff. Also, if you get an RV and you're going to use the potty, make sure you get RV grade toilet paper. Anything else will jack up your tanks and your sensors. And then this one here, I don't know if you can see this or not. Here's one of those max flow vents. But one of the things that's really cool here about the Rockwood is this fan is not your small little fans that you see in trailers. This thing is moving some air. And so, you know, if you do your business in here, you want to turn that thing on. And that's oh yeah, what I'm missing here. You got your heat vent for your furnace, and you got a separate air conditioning vent. So right there, boom, heat and air right in the bathroom. And then you have a foot pedal toilet. So the thing about the foot pedal toilet is you go a little bit halfway down, it fills it up, and then all the way down flushes it. So pretty convenient. All right, that is the potty place. And then moving back here, I'm gonna let Tom squeeze in there, and I'm gonna move out of the way, and then I'll show you some cool features that don't forget. You got this thing has a thermostat like your house. Pretty crazy. Most trailers just have an air conditioner that blows all out, right? It's either on or off. This thing's got a thermostat for heat and air conditioning, which is pretty awesome. And then showed you the back storage area. So this storage area is accessible from inside or outside. So stuff that you want to get from the outside, you put in here, and you have storage right there. So I'll let Tom show you that other bed from inside. And if you look closely on that left side over there, you'll see an outlet and a little storage area, little netted storage area, which is pretty cool. Alright, so that's your second bed, I would call it, I guess. And then over here is your third bed. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but these hanging hammock storage areas come with the trailer. So it's built in. You can see it's, you know, these are little plastic things, but you don't want to put anything that heavy in here. So, but these are really cool because you can just kind of store stuff, right? And then the other thing that's really cool about the Rockwood, more storage, right? You got a ton of storage. So the other thing that's cool with the Rockwood is it comes with these fans / lights. So again, the little upgrades that it gets. So you can either put it like this on here, or you can put it like this on here, and then all you do is plug it in, It's loud. Doesn't move a lot of air, but it's loud. Anyway, you got that, and then you got your light here. So each one of the beds have this, and the nice thing is you can put it in here, and then if you're sleeping on that side, the thing extends all the way, you know, so then you have it there for whoever wants it. Good stuff. I don't know if you caught this or not, but it has room for another TV. So if you want to put a TV in for these folks back here, it's got the TV backer, so you'd have it installed. Then it's got the cable and the power right down there. So I'll put a second TV in this thing. It's already set up for it, which is pretty awesome. And then again, if you pan up here, you can see, again, more storage. So you put clothes up there, you can put whatever you want up there, so it's kind of cool. And then rolling over, continuing to go through here, you got the, let's see, switch sides might be easier. So you got your freezer. So it's a separate freezer refrigerator. So you got your controls right here. So not sure what's going on with it, but it's a brand new trailer and my freezer refrigerator is not working. Second trip. So I'm a little tiffed about that. If you want to talk about the things I don't like the fact that my refrigerator is not working right now. So got to get with the dealership and get that fixed. I don't know if I should show you my refrigerator, but it's got the necessities: beer and Mountain Dew and water. That's what we got. And partly it's because the refrigerator's not working, so I couldn't put any food in it. But pretty good size. These panels here are an upgrade. So typically your panels are just flat panels, but I got the raised panels to match the rest of the cabinets. And then if you look down here, this is your power distribution area. So you got your fuses and breaker panel is all right here. And then this one has a CO2, I think it's a CO2 alarm. So because you're using propane, you're generating some CO2. I guess you want to make sure that you got the alarm going on. So, all right, moving around here, we have this is our entertainment center. The Rockwood 233S does come equipped with the TV. So you get the TV and the radio. The radio has a DVD player. So you can watch movies on the TV from the DVD player. You can play the music on the two stations, either inside or outside. I won't turn it up, but I'll turn it on. So you get your radio stations come in pretty clear. So you got that, and then you got two speakers. So you got the speaker here, and then there's one towards the back between the other beds. So you got a speaker here. Okay, so TV is pretty cool. The antenna's right here. This is a new style antenna, so it's not the crank out like you see. It's got a storage position, so when you're driving, you'd set it there to your storage position, and it's got a little indicator that tells you that it's in storage or in travel mode. And then otherwise you just turn it, find your best channel, best reception, and you're good to go. This thing actually, the Furions are built to take vibrations, because when you're cruising down the road, they say it's inside the trailer is equivalent to like a 8.0 earthquake continuously. So everything's shaking and vibrating as you're going down the road. So these things are built to just be smacked around and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. I thought about actually getting another one to mount back there, but I don't know if it's needed or not. So it's pretty cool. It comes with this drop-down table. You got your DC type plug, so your car adapter, 2 charging stations. You got another outlet down there, so the camera battery's charging right now. So really nice. You just set your stuff down, tablet, whatever, drop it down there, good to go. Comes with a remote for the TV. It's a pretty fancy remote for the TV. And then you also have a remote for the radio and DVD player. So that's pretty cool. What else? So one thing that's really cool about this, it's got, if you can come in and get this a little bit closer, it's got this booster. So when you're hooked up to the antenna, it's got this signal booster, and it makes a great difference on the reception of the TV. But if you're hooked up to cable, then you just turn that off and you get satellite or cable, so that's pretty cool. And this thing just disconnects pretty easily. You just pick it up and then you can take it outside, plug it in, and you're good to go. Alright, so that's pretty much, again, you got some storage down here. So most other trailers I looked at, one of the things I didn't like is that there wasn't as much storage, right? So this thing right here would have just been walled off, good to go. It's like down here by the oven, that would just be capped off, no storage. So it's pretty cool that it actually gives you some storage. So moving around the trailer, again, you got storage here, and this I would call the junk drawer. Everybody's got one somewhere, but I got my couple things that you want to make sure that you get for the trailer. I just happened to find this on sale. This is my fancy little hammer. Can't lose that one. So driving in pegs and whatnot, chopping wood, need one of those, and then the mallet for just hitting things that are coming loose that you need to take care of. All right, so then we're going to come into the dining area. One of the things that I really like about the Rockwood that I didn't know I would like as much is the U-shaped dinette. This is a full U-shaped dinette, and I will show you some cool features of this dinette area. So first thing is you can actually sit a grown man. Well, I gotta find one. Maybe Tom and I should switch, but you get a grown man in here, and you got plenty of room, right? So the other thing that I really liked about the Rockwood is it had these shades already built in. So they're really cool. I mean, these things are sturdy. They're going to last for a while. The other thing about the Rockwood, for you families out there, this thing will sleep probably 10, 12 people. If you have little kids, you can put a bunch of little kids in these beds. But if you're concerned about safety, you can get out of this thing really quick. Boom, this thing just slides out. You slide it completely out, take the screen, and you can get out of this thing just like that. If there's a fire or something happens. And it's same with all the beds. You unzip it, you can unzip the screen and the solid part, and you can get out from any of the beds. So there's 4 emergency exits, for lack of a better term. So that's pretty cool. So they're thinking about safety. And then again, if you look, boom, more storage. I mean, these things are not shallow either. They're pretty deep, so you can store quite a bit of stuff in them, and they look good. And these are solid wood. They're not that press board stuff. You got the press board here, but all these are solid wood cabinets. And the thing that you want to look at when you're looking at a trailer and you want to see is it built solid. One of the things is these are glued and screwed. So these things are, I mean, you can't wrench on them. You take your hand and do that in most trailers, and the thing's going to wiggle. It's going to move. But these things are screwed and glued, so they are not going anywhere. So anyway, pretty nice sized dinette. And then the one thing that was a real selling point for me, I say 2 things when it comes to the dinette. First thing is flush floor. So if you notice, there's no hump. This goes from one side to the other, nice and flush. Other trailers that I looked at had like a raise up like this, like almost 6 or 8 inches. So I think one of the reasons that is because the Rockwood has the axles moved back a little bit, so that the slide out, because it's a full slide out, this is not a half slide out, it's a full slide out, would hit the tires. So they move the axles back, so you get a nice flush floor, which is cool. The other thing I like about the Rockwood, and sometimes this thing kicks my butt, so don't laugh at me. It comes with this removable table, so you don't have any stanchions. So if you don't want the table in here, and you just need more leg room, whatever, you don't have those stanchions, or there's whatever you call them, the foundations for the table that typically have poles that stick in them. So that's pretty cool. And then this has this actually helps to turn into that dinette area into a bed. So sometimes this table gets me. See, you might want to record this, but it's supposed to it gets me every time. I can't fold it down, but it has this little switch. All right, I'm not gonna mess with it because it's gonna irritate me. anyway, it folds down and it works. Trust me, just gets me every time. What else? Oh yeah, so you got these windows. So these windows you can open up. So it gives you some, if you want some just natural air circulation, you can open up these windows too. Which again, you can look out of these windows really well, but you can't really see in them. It's pretty cool. And then this is the last bed. We would call, I guess we'd call this the master bedroom, for lack of a better term. But again, you got more storage. So storage here, you got storage here, storage here, and I forgot there's also storage down here. So this gives you access to the stuff that's outside too. So gives you the storage up top. And then the other thing that's really cool about this trailer is it has the max airflow fan in here. So you got 2 max airflow. So if you don't want to run the air conditioner, you just want to get the heat out, turn this thing's full blast. They're not really that loud, and they work great. And then it does have central, I guess you call it central air. But the other thing about the Rockwood is that the air conditioner is all ducted. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 air ducts. So if you want to, you know, the people in the dining room are getting a little bit hot, change the direction of the air, and now it's blowing on those guys. You're hot at night and you really want to cool it down, you turn both of these towards the bed, and trust me, it will freeze you out. So yeah, some pretty good features. I went with the leather on my trailer, but again, they have different colors. I went with the darker one. They do have a maple color, so it's lighter. I like the darker color. So anyway, and then this turns into a bed also, so you can just fold this down. It does have a foot pedal here, but I don't use it. One thing I don't like about the foot on this thing, if you take a look at this, it's not hard to put out, right? Flips out, no problem. But then when you put this thing down, if you sit on it like a couch, the thing I don't like is this little foot right here puts an indent on the floor. And so I'm going to actually get something like a support or whatever that this will go into, so it will dissipate the weight on the floor, because I didn't really like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the trailer in a nutshell. A couple of just quick hints about when you go buy a trailer. First thing is, trailers are typically marked up by about 30 or 40%. So if you're going to go buy a brand new, like I did, I looked at the difference between new and used, and for the price difference, new was the right one for me. Just worked out. You know, if I would have found a trailer similar to this for the right price, 3-4 years old, I probably would have bought it. But this one was a really good deal. These sticker price at about $31.5 with all the options that I have, and I picked it up for just under $21. So you can really kind of negotiate with RV prices. So kind of stick to your guns when it comes to that. Other thing I'd recommend is if you do buy one, make sure you get a thorough walk around and inspect it before you leave the dealership. There were some things that I was not happy with. So one of those things is I have a crack on the bottom side of the floor, which was I was unhappy about. And then if you look at this trim, I'll see if I can get time to get a close up here. You know, you got this, all this scratches and marks, and it's nothing I did. You got them all around the windows here, a couple windows there. There's some other little scraps and scrapes. You want to get those identified before you leave the dealership. I did get a 7-year warranty with this one, so if anything goes wrong, any major stuff goes wrong, it'll get replaced. You know, the refrigerator going out could cost about $2,000 because it's an RV refrigerator, so they're more expensive. So that's pretty much it. Oh, one last thing I forgot. One really cool feature. Let's do it on this side over here. One really cool feature about the Rockwood over any of the other trailers I looked at, literally any of the other trailers. A couple of quick things. This one has a really soft mattress, and this is a spring mattress. And I've slept on this thing several times. Very, very comfortable. The other thing is, this is kind of fancy, and people that know me laugh at me, but These things are heated, so it's a heated spring mattress. Nobody other in the business that I know of does that, and I did a lot of research. There's a few of them out there, but I will tell you, the other day when it rained and it got a little cool, the daughter and I had the heat on the mattress, and man, it heats up pretty good. So definitely worth, and that's not an upgrade. That's just what Rockwood does. So pretty happy about most of the quality of it. So anyway, that's the Rockwood Rue 233S walk around and likes and dislikes. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Leave comments for you RVers out there. Leave comments. Let me know if I'm full of it or not. But I think the Rockwood is definitely a decent purchase. Find the right place to get it, and you're really going to enjoy RVing. I call it camping, but it really isn't. It's RVing. So, all right, that's it.
All right, Mike. Well, thanks for the tour. Your new camper.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. To be honest with you, I'm probably gonna have to show the wife this video. Try to twist her arm a little bit.
Yeah, it's totally different than tent camping on air mattresses. These mattresses are pretty comfortable. That's a big deal for a lot of people. All the campfires and going out and doing stuff and everything. You get kind of tired, and to come in and sleep on an uncomfortable mattress is not fun. So these things are definitely like sleeping on a mattress at the house, pretty much.
Right. You got a lot of space. That's what I noticed right away when I came in. Lots of space in here. You could literally have, where we're sitting, you could have a couple more bodies here with us. You could have 2 or 3 bodies over there. A couple people sitting on the bed. You could have 5, 6 people in here watching a movie. 7, 8 people in here watching a movie.
Yeah, I was
people
even
sitting
thinking
on the floor.
Well, I was thinking about even getting some little inside chairs. So like if you have people sitting here and people want to play cards, you could actually sit 4 people around that table.
Absolutely.
People playing cards, people watching movies, people sitting over there chatting. I mean, there's this thing for when you package it all up. It's 23 feet, 4,700 pounds to tow. Pretty much any SUV, small truck, whatever would tow this with no problem.
So appreciate the tour. Like I said, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun in this.
I hope
in
to.
the near future. This is, I think, your second voyage and your first one of really like checking it out and trying things out.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone enjoyed this little deviation from our normal conversations we've been having on leadership. And that's the thing I think we want to try to do, is be able to change it up a little bit, talk about some serious self-improvement skills and things like that, like the leadership traits we've been hitting on, but also do some things like this. Talk about the camper, potentially talk about some products you buy for the camper down the road, or just in general products for your Jeep, whatever it might be. Things that might interest some people. Change it up a little bit. We're not going to forget about the roots of continuing conversations on self-improvement skills of leadership and things like that. But I think this will diverse us into a little few more categories to where it'll be fun.
The thing about it is continuing conversation, but also you got to enjoy life. So part of enjoying life is continuing conversation with family, with friends, with doing things you have passion for. So one of the things that I'm beginning to have passion for is I like to go take the Jeep out 4-wheeling, or I take the motorcycle out, or I take the camper out. And I work a lot of hours. I work third shift, and you got to go out and have fun in life. So do things that bring you joy.
Yeah, and really it's social experience, right? So you're not going to come camp for a week by yourself. Well, you might.
I kind of been doing that, but
ultimately it'll be like family activity and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So that'll be really nice. All right, so maybe we look forward to next week a little bit.
Yeah.
We got a pretty exciting show coming up next week, I think, for 4th of July. We're going to be interviewing an individual named Matthew McDade. I met Matthew 4 or 5 years ago through Homes for Our Troops. He actually raised money for my nephew's home that Homes for Our Troops built for him. He's a wounded warrior from Afghanistan. And Matthew really, he raised a lot of money, and he came and volunteered his time. His whole family came. His mom, dad, his girlfriend, friends. They came and really, really helped out on the house. Volunteer day, built the patio, laid sod. I mean, you name it. He was there helping every step of the way. And then not just that house. He raises money for Homes for Our Troops for other veterans as well. So it's really admirable that he can, dedicate some time to be able to pay back a little bit to veterans. He's a veteran himself with the Marine Corps. He's a sniper in the Marine Corps. Spent time in Afghanistan and Iraq. Purple Heart recipient. So we're gonna have a whole good show next week on him. He's a entrepreneur now, diving into a lot of charities, like I said, for veterans and police and fire and first responders, things like that, people that are serving. So he continues to serve through serving other people that are serving. So it's kind of a pretty inspiring story, and just the energy this guy has for causes is very exciting. So we'll have him in next week. We'll have some fun with him.
Yeah.
Have some good stories and good information. Today we'll put some if we can get some of the links for some of the equipment that you got and stuff.
Yep.
We'll put them down below in the description. Maybe a link to the actual RV itself.
Yeah.
For the web, so people can look at it. Hopefully, we're doing this remote. This is our first remote, if you will, right? So, kind of nice. We're trying it out. Hopefully, the camera wasn't bouncing around too much on my arms.
It's got stabilization, but you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. So again, leave comments in the down below. I'm sure Mike would love to hear tips and ideas for RVing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even on products, things like that.
Yeah.
I know people that have camped or RV'd for years, and they're still learning too. So, anything people want to share, I'm sure he's more than welcome to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I can convince my wife, I'll be willing to hear it. So, anyway, really glad you joined us this week. Keep coming back. Leave the comments. Give us some feedback. Next week should be pretty exciting.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, sure. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. That'll do it for this week, I think.
Yeah, folks, stay tuned for the next show.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Tom.
Well, that does it for this week's show. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Two Guys in a Podcast.